When Darcey Silva boarded the plane out of Bulgaria, her heart felt heavier than her suitcase. The cobblestone streets, the late-night conversations, the laughter tangled with tears, it all lingered in her mind like a song she couldn't turn off. Beside her sat Georgi Rusev, staring out the window as if the clouds held answers neither of them had fully spoken aloud. Bulgaria had tested them. Now, life back in America would define them. Their return to Connecticut wasn't glamorous. No sweeping music, no slow-motion hugs, just jet lag, unpacked boxes, and the quiet realization that real life doesn't pause for romance. Darcey, ever the dreamer, threw herself into routine with determination. Morning affirmations echoed through the house. Vision boards were updated. Heels clicked confidently across hardwood floors as she reminded herself, and Georgi, that love required intention. Georgi struggled with the adjustment. Bulgaria had been familiar, grounding. America felt fast, loud, and relentlessly judgmental. He missed his friends, his language, the sense of being understood without explanation. But he loved Darcey, and love, he believed, meant staying, even when it was hard. They decided to start fresh. No more reliving old fights. No more weaponizing the past. Date nights replaced therapy talk. Long walks replaced long arguments. For the first time in a while, laughter came easily. Darcey glowed, proud of the progress. Georgi smiled more, relieved by the calm. But calm doesn't erase cracks, it just hides them better. Money became the unspoken tension. Darcey's entrepreneurial energy was constant, fueled by ambition and visibility. Georgi, still finding his footing, felt the pressure to prove himself. He wanted independence, to build something solid without being compared to expectations he didn't set. Darcey wanted reassurance, words, gestures, plans. They danced around the topic until silence became louder than confrontation. One night, after a quiet dinner, Darcey finally asked the question that had been hovering for weeks. "Are you happy here?" Her voice was gentle, but her eyes searched for certainty. Georgi hesitated. Honesty mattered more than comfort now. "I'm trying," he said. "I love you, but I'm still finding my place." The truth stung, but it didn't break them. Instead, it shifted something. Darcey realized love couldn't be forced into a timeline. Georgi realized staying meant more than presence. It meant participation. They began rebuilding with transparency. Financial boundaries were discussed openly. Expectations were written down, not just assumed. Georgi started working consistently, focusing on his goals. Darcey stepped back just enough to let him stand on his own. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Friends and family watched cautiously. Some were supportive, others skeptical. Darcey had heard it all before. This time, she wasn't trying to prove anything. She was choosing growth over approval. As weeks turned into months, their bond matured. Less fireworks, more foundation. They celebrated small wins, paid bills, completed projects, quiet Sundays. Love, they learned, wasn't always loud. Sometimes it was simply steady. Still, the question remained, happily ever after? Darcey pondered it often, especially during her morning rituals. She had chased fairy tales her whole life. Now, she understood that happiness wasn't a destination, it was a decision made daily. Georgi, too, had changed. He no longer felt like a guest in her world. He was building his own space within it. One evening, sitting on the porch as the sun dipped below the trees, Georgi reached for Darcey's hand. "I don't know what the future looks like," he said, "but I want to face it with you, honestly." Darcey squeezed his hand, emotion softening her voice. "That's all I've ever wanted." Their story didn't end with a grand proposal or dramatic twist. It continued quietly, imperfectly, courageously. Love, after Bulgaria, wasn't about proving the world wrong. It was about choosing each other, even when the cameras stopped rolling. And maybe that's what happily ever after really looks like.